Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. Straight ahead with a nationwide audience tuning in. It's a Monday Night Primetime showdown between the Washington Commanders and the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay, now ready to get this one started. Monday Night Primetime is underway. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Now it's the first carry for Isaiah Pacheco. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. From the 37. He's got his man. That's Travis Kelce. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
And this drives him back at a field goal range, Brock, as he's stopped for loss of yardage.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far. Tackled on the play by the rookie out of Ole Miss.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Throwing on 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're staring at 4th and long. This kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I'm going to call that one a little tester, Kate. Kind of like a 5 to 8 foot putt. You really hope to make all of them, but you know, over the course of the season, you won't. In that case, well, it went right through.
And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Shark put in motion right. It's a sweep. He pops the pass forward. And it looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive. Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. First carry now for Austin Eckler. He won't be able to get past the line, and very quickly, Brock, they're going to be facing 3rd down to begin this ball game.
Well, one defender failed. Well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Out of the gun, Daniels. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. He was looking for Terry McLaurin, and that brings up 4th and long. The Commanders ready for the punt. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he's out the clear at the 20. Touchdown, Kansas City! The Chiefs stretch their early lead to 9. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. They have him back there because of what he can do with even the smallest sliver of daylight. And for my money, Brock, There aren't many plays more exciting than seeing a punt return for a touchdown.
You know what it kind of reminds me of? The playground back in the day, right? You play tag, and you just can't get to that guy. He's just making you miss. Whether it is, I don't know, Devin Hester, Dante Hall, the human joystick, or Cordero Patterson, those elite guys, you just can't bring them down.
And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone, so we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. Picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
This is Eckler on 2nd, and he's not going to get there. The defense attacked to deny the marker, and now a chance at a stand here with 3rd and 1. Running with Eckler again. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. He gets 6 on that play, and the Commanders will have a 1st. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's completed right side. And he's stopped as he gets this one down to the 27-yard line. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy. This goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Second and 13. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He's back, Austin Eckler, the intended receiver. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Sending a receiver left. Here he is on 3rd and long. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Noel Williams. And the Chiefs get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, partner, you know this one firsthand. Getting them behind the sticks really limited what the call could be on the offensive side, and no doubt helped set up that INT.
Unfortunately, I sure do. And when you're in these situations, you got to have self-talk. You really do as a quarterback. You got to tell yourself 3rd and long, extra long like this, protect the football. Protect the football. A punt is okay. Quarterback extra aggressive in the defense, well, they did exactly what they wanted to do. They took it from them.
Pacheco gets it from the gun. And 2nd down's going to be a good bit tougher. He can't even get back to the line. This play loses yards.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Hauled in by Worthy right side. And he's brought down after a short gain. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Here's DTR to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 4th and long. He takes this in on his side of midfield. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Nick Bolton has it. Well, what better way to follow up one interception than by getting back out there and picking off another on the first play of the very next drive.
And think of all the work the offense just did on the sideline to try and recover. Okay, let's put together a good plan. Here's your adjustment. And in just one play, you flush it all down the toilet.
Now Kansas City looks settled in and ready. Here we go. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Prime connected with Xavier Worthy there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
His push straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. All down that time by Jonathan Jones.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down. Running out of the gun with Pacheco. He'll cobble together a yard there. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off.
It'll be this group's job watching the film to find all these plays, the ones that amount to really very little statistically, and identify what was needed to just make them a little bigger, stretch them further. Afterthought plays now, they could be the big gains of next week.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. That is once again incomplete, and consecutive incompletions have now pushed them to 4th down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good than get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he's tackled for a short gain. 2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 38. Chark there to haul it in. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That's going to do it for our 1st quarter here on Monday Night Primetime. The scoreboard reads 13-0. Back to Arrowhead in just a moment. Time now for the 2nd quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
give them 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down. Daniels keeps it himself. They were loaded and ready for that sneak, weren't they? They stopped him at the line, no gain.
That's more than a must-get for a quarterback. I really put that in the always-get territory. Even if the defense knows what's coming, you got to be able to drive forward for at least a couple inches.
Hits him on the out route. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the 1st. Now the shotgun give to Eckler. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards. Daniels from the pistol. This is hauled in by Samuel, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Now Daniels to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
No surprise to see the quarterback go back to that well. That security blanket that's been his tight end all game long. But finally, this defense has an answer.
Throw again on 2nd down. Daniels. Caught near the goal line. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 1-score game in the 1st half. Matt Gay on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders get it back to within 6. Now one of the Chiefs in some pain out there, so we're going to get a stoppage here as he's helped by the trainers. So here's the kickoff, Brock. Just 6 points now separating our teams. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Thompson Robinson back to throw. Here's a screen set up for Pacheco. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. DTR looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. Man downfield, he's got it. It's Worthy. And he's gonna score. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs go up by 12. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you gotta win right from the jump. And you gotta protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And this is going to bounce out of the end zone, so they will set up shop at the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They bring a tight end in motion right. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, then go to work after.
And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Daniels. That's complete. Here's Austin Eckler. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Daniels. Oh no, they get him yet again! Picked up by Jalen Watson. And he takes this one back. It is a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Extra point by Butker is up and good. And the Chiefs push the lead to 20. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. And he'll decide to pass on the return here and take the touchback instead. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Eckler. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Working quickly here. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Completed to his running back. And this one's brought to an end well downfield from that line of scrimmage. Offense in the hurry up here. Daniels on 1st down. And they will score. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders chop some of the lead off before the half. Gay to add the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Commanders drop the lead back to 13. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Now it's DTR. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
Throw on 3rd down. Buys time, rolling right. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Kansas City sends out its punt team. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. Commanders to the line now, Brock. Here comes 1st and 10. McLaurin, the receiver, in motion left. Daniels now on 1st down. Completed left side to Samuel. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, Daniels. Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. Throwing on 1st down, Daniels. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Now is Terry McLaurin on the target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Daniels to the air. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Man in motion here. Daniels throwing on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. It's a new set of downs for them at the 32. Play fake here, Daniels. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Nick Bolton has it. There he goes on the right side. And he takes this one back. It is a pick 6 and a KC touchdown.
Hard to believe they got him yet again, Kate, especially with how far they had to go on that return. Mentally, this is not a place you ever want to be as a quarterback. It is devastating. Defensively, well, this is teaching day for not just taking it away, but taking it to the house.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. From his own end zone, here we go. Oh, he lost it on the hit! And they dodge a turnover there on the return. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15.
You know, awareness, Kate, is one of the best skills anyone on the return team can possess. And normally it's just for hitting blocks and clearing a lane and doing their job. But there it was recognizing the fumble and locating it quickly to save the possession.
Daniels coming back after that pick. Hits him on the in route. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. From the 24. Launches one deep downfield. He's got it inside the 25. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. So as we all recover from that last play, it's 1st and 10 near the red zone. Daniels back to throw. Ertz reels it in. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders chop some of the lead off before the half.
That play really had all the elements you're looking for from a tight end, showing that he can stretch that field. Ground check, secure the catch, quickly become a runner, check, and finally go finish that drive off and celebrate with your homeboys.
That one splits the uprights. And the Commanders drop the lead back to 13. So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. So it's a touchback on the kickoff, and we're going to get one final snap here in the half. One last play before the break. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Butker on now to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. They'll start the half with a give to Eckler. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That's George Karlaftis who got there for the stop.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now second down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. We've got an injured player after that one, and this is a scary sight. Terry McLaurin, the one who's shaken up. Now Daniels to throw. He gets crushed behind the line, and the ball comes out. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Thompson Robinson back to throw. Here's a screen set up for Pacheco. And he works it down to the enemy 44-yard line. It was Mike Sanders still on that side.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Thompson Robinson. Trying for the deep ball. Touchdown, Kansas City. The Chiefs push their lead further to start the half. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
He's throwing for it! And that pass is complete for 2, and their lead grows further. All right, Brock, they win empty. We all expected a pass was coming, and they do indeed go to the air and connect on that strike for 2.
Yeah, once you empty that backfield, it does certainly, Kate, alert that defense to pass. And then it comes down to disguise. It comes down to timing, especially on a 2-point with everything condensed. Well done by that offense to go get 2.
And it didn't look like he was seriously considering a return there, did it? So that touchback going to come out to the 35. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. It's caught. This is Jalen Wright. Jukes out a 1-stop. And he's brought to a stop after he found plenty of room to run. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 1st down, here's Daniels. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Commanders will have a 1st. Working inside the red zone. got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. To throw again, it's Daniels. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington. The Commanders shrinking the lead some in the third. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Going wide receiver run to start this series. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. Now, a great way for the offense to start the drive, Brock. A free 5 yards, and now a much shorter 1st down. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
Okay, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
All right, following the incompletion, here's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Play made by Deron Payne.
Well, that's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. He's got it inside the 10. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs make it a 3-possession game. Xavier Worthy, the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. Butker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chiefs stretch their lead to 21. Butker on now to kick this one away. And he'll take an E in the end zone for a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Daniels. Oh no, they get him yet again! Nick Bolton has it. And the Chiefs have it down near the opposing 40 after the return is stopped. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Running up the middle, Pacheco. Wasn't a fan of what was ahead there, Brock, but the bounce outside doesn't fare any better. He gets a lone yard at 2nd down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down after that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll be 1st down, Kansas City. Now a give left side to Pacheco. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
I think anytime these offensive coordinators in the NFL call a run play, they're just hoping for something positive. To get a first down, that's a bonus.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Right back to Pacheco. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
To throw, Thompson Robinson. Check down complete to Pacheco. And he's in for the Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game. That's well done.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. 1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, Daniels. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. They run it from the gun with Wright. Good defensive effort here, drives them back across midfield onto their own side. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Here's Daniels. That's caught for the 1st. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Working quickly here. Now Daniels off the play action. Getting out to his left. It's a sack on 1st down. We'll see if it changes the play they go with now on 2nd. Another try following the sack. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Drew Tranquil with the pick.
You know, my dad was my old high school coach. He's a play caller. He's an offensive guy. And after days like this, I remember one in particular, he'd say, son, some days peanuts, some days shells. This has been nothing but a bunch of shells for this quarterback today.
And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Stay on schedule. SOS. We talk about it all the time offensively. You've got to stay on schedule, and a run like that puts you now so far behind the sticks. Going to take some superhuman effort now on 2nd down.
And he is brought to a stop after he found plenty of room there to run.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. So just 1 quarter to go on Monday Night Primetime. It's their football, and with that type of lead we've got on the scoreboard, this game pretty close to over. First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. It's Pacheco again. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Hey, 3rd down, I get it. Give your quarterback some freedom, right, to make a play, even if he's got to work backwards. but it can blow up in your face as it did right there when nothing opens up.
Got all of it, but no good. He needed a touch more to clear that crossbar. And they're unable to pile another 3 onto that lead.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul, somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Going on first down, Daniels. He beams one deep right side. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football. Almost had back-to-back interceptions. A chance for him now to clean things up here on second down. Here's Kronsky Merritt on the carry. And that one doesn't get him much. Give him maybe a yard. It's third down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Daniels throwing on third. That's caught. It's McLaurin downfield. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He gets it right back to McLaurin. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Offense up to the line fast. Wright running out of the gun. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders putting up points in a game decided. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. Daniels and the Commanders looking to tack on 2 more. Pass play now. And the pass succeeds. A little momentum builder as they try to dig into this deficit.
I always say about the NFL game, it's a game of matchups. And that time they get the matchup they want, and they go right to it. It's a risky call, throwing it for 2. That risk pays off.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, the Chiefs in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st down. 1 play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. A 1st down carry for Pacheco. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Out left, Worthy makes the grab. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down. Commanders with an extra DB out there to defend this 3rd down. DTR to throw it. On the move, headed right. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Don't you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop, we're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays? Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet. Kate, I'm just kind of laughing because I could feel the armchair quarterbacks going, I can make that throw. And anybody who's actually made those throws says you have no idea what it feels like with everybody breathing down your neck. That play's got to be right, timed up right, and it certainly wasn't.
A 2nd down run by Pacheco. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain. And And for the Commanders, a fifth defensive back out there. They're going nickel on third down. DTR looking to throw. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. A counter give here to Pacheco. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal. They get an even 10 on that play. And that will set up 1st and goal. They'll run Pacheco. And he will get this to the end zone for a Kansas City touchdown. The Chiefs keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. It's an Isaiah Pacheco touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Butker on now to kick this one away. And nope, not chancing this one. Knee down for a touchback. Commanders starting out in a good spot here as they get set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Here's Krosky Merritt. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. Second and 10 now. Hits him on the out route. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Chiefs territory. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0. A run, it's Krosky Merritt. And they have this one well contained. There's the stop for a loss now. 4th down coming up.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And that play doesn't get it done. We've got a turnover on downs.
Hey, I get it's already over, but go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Lining up to take a knee on 2nd down. They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here. Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. Well, no louder place in Missouri or Kansas right now as the Chiefs get the win in Arrowhead. And I know it's different for every sport, Brock, so is this the point where we'd say this winning streak is official? Might have something to it. 3 wins in a row now after this latest triumph.
Well, you get to this point, and what happens is you get to that building the next day and everybody feels good. Secretary feels good, chef feels good, kitchen feels good. Everybody's feeling good at stacking these kind of wins in a row.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Chiefs as we say so long from Kansas City.